pull day at Elite in my new split. Time to get it. Here we are, guys. Day one of my official off season. I have flipped the script from getting crazy lean to now we're gonna grow and get better and bring up my weaknesses, which for me are gonna be back and arms. That's what I'm focusing on this year, and that's why we're kicking off day one Monday with a high carb day, loading tons of nutrients and crushing a pull day. Now I know if you guys watch this video, you know I'm not a huge fan of pull, but I'm incorporating an arm day on Saturday, so I'm not missing an arm day. I'm just doing a little bit of bicep work on back day and a good bit of tricep work on chest day, because I'm removing shoulders from my technical push day. So my next day on Tuesday, tomorrow, I'll come in, I'll do 4 exercises for chest and 3 for triceps. So putting an emphasis, again, even on within the arm, I want more on the tricep than I do the bicep. But back to what our mission is today, and that's back and biceps. So let's talk through everything that I did, why I did it, and how it's set up. Exercise number 1, you know the deal, straight arm pull downs with a Vulcan grip. My goal here is to drive down, hard squeeze. The recurring theme you'll see throughout this entire back day is gonna be how much intent I have on every single stretch and every single contraction. In the past, I've been very guilty of slinging weight for my back, and this all season, that's my number 1 goal, nail contraction. Now, that doesn't mean I'm using enough pink dumbbells. I'm still using heavy load, but I'm making sure every single one is a 10 out of 10 contraction, or I'm literally not counting that rep and not counting that step. So a new philosophy for me for back training, and we will see if it pays off, but that's the plan, that's the premise. I ended up doing the final set here was a drop set, so 120 to failure, drop it to 80, go to failure. Again, crushing reps, warming my back up, getting my lats nice and pumped before we get into some Swiss bar pull downs. Swiss bar pull downs, I did a few fill sets of 15, 12, 10, and then my last work set here, my only work set here, is gonna be a set of 8, and I believe I tacked on 4 partials with it. This Swiss bar from Elite is one of my absolute favorites. This is a prototype bar that I got years ago from Dave, and it just feels incredible. The alignment for me is perfect in terms of the width of the grip, and being neutral, I can really think about driving my elbows down, sitting on my rib cage, and contracting my lats. So I freaking love this. And then you notice those partials at the top, that's a John Meadows special that I took from him. So crush reps, get a huge contraction. Then when you can miss full range of motion, just literally tack on 4 to 5, 6 partials out of the stretch position to really work those lats even more past failure. Next up, gonna be a with the grain of the bench dumbbell pullover. Another John move here that he taught me years ago. All I needed was 2 sets here, and honestly, the reason I'm doing this is to loosen my shoulder girdle up so I'm able to drive my elbows further behind my back on my rowing movements. So with this, it's not so much about working my lats, even though it does. For me, is loosening my shoulders up so I'm able to row more efficiently. So 2 sets here, one with a 50 for a set of 15, one with a 70. I believe I got 10 to 12. I can't remember how many reps I got there, but it's still I couldn't get any more good reps without my triceps taking over. And then now we're on to some rowing. Rowing exercise number 1, neutral grip side bends. You know the drill. I did 2 field sets and then my work with 175. If you notice here, I'm tilting my chin up. I'm getting a good stretch, but I'm not rounding my spine. I'm letting my lats fold around that pad and really getting a good stretch on the lat, but not stretching the spine. Then I'm thinking about, first thing I want to initiate is elbows down and dragging the ground, chest up, and then squeeze my back as hard as I can. The top set here, I just got as many reps as I could with good form, then tacked on a few partials. Then for my back off, I dropped down 50 pounds, went to failure with that form. the weight to 100, and then I did what I told Chad, was just dumb meathead shit. Crush reps with the 100. I'm just trying to drive my elbows back, get a good contraction, and just bang reps. So this kind of defies what I said at the beginning, with every rep being perfect and spot on. With that drop here, I'm just thinking about banging reps and bringing as much pain and blood to my lats as I can. So if you guys know me, you know I have to have a little bit of dumb meathead in the workout or I'll just get bored. Next up is gonna be a single arm rowing motion, the standing DY row. You all know I love this piece. But I'm doing it with a little bit different form. I'm having my elbow rest on that pad so I can get an even better stretch and lengthening of that lat. And I'm thinking about drive back, squeeze the elbow, and what I'm trying to envision is not only drive my elbow back, but once I get even with my body, I'm trying to take my elbow towards my spine to get that low lat worked even more. If you notice here, I only went up to 2 plates and a quarter, where normally I've had as many as 5 plates on here. So I'm resetting my form, I'm nailing the stretch, nailing the contraction, and just gonna force my body to be super efficient at it, to where then when I get back up to the 5 plates, I better have a lot more muscle in this back. So we're resetting our form, resetting our technique. Now, for the final work set here, like I said, I had 2 plates and a quarter. I did the left arm, did the right arm, pulled a plate down to a plate and a quarter, knocked the seat up, took the stabilization out of it, and simply just did single arm underhand rows to failure, or right at failure, until I lost form or started filling it into my trap or my bicep. Then you simply switch and go left arm to right arm and repeat. So 1 extended work set there for the DY row. Okay, final thing for my upper back is I'm doing mag grip Cedar rows. Now, if you look at this, the form is very particular. My hips are back, my head and my eyes are tilted up. I'm getting a good stretch, opening my upper back, and the first movement here is gonna be posture up, chest tall, and then drive that mag grip towards my sternum. And then when I get back to contraction, I wanna hold and squeeze all that muscle tissue in between my shoulder blades. This is all about driving detail into my upper back. I'm doing sets of 10 to 12 here. Then immediately switch the handles back to the Fulcrum grip. I'm doing Dante rows for sets of 8. With this, I'm thinking about stretching that lat as much as I can and driving my elbows into my pockets. 2 rounds of that, and I told Chaz, like, my upper back was toasted. He was cramping walking back to the reverse hyper. Okay, so now on today's day, it is not lower back loaded at all, as you can see. So I still want to get some lower back work, so we're gonna do reverse hypers, and that's to lengthen my spine, decompress it. Also work low back, glutes, and a little bit of hamstring. So 2 sets of 20, and I'm supersetting that with a hanging leg raise, and that's just to loosen my low back so it doesn't get too crampy and tight. Because we have biceps next, and I don't want to be doing standing curls and my erector is getting cramped. okay, back is done, abs are done. And at that point, we were sitting at about an hour. So I want to pound through this bicep stuff. So if you look here, I'm starting with an easy bar curl for set to 20. Immediately into single arm flex preacher curls. I love this piece. I'm too big for it to do double arm, or I would do double arm. So I have to, if you notice, sit sideways, do one arm at a time, and I'm doing it between 10 and 15 reps trying to focus on the contraction there. I did 2 rounds of that. I'm going to finish up this day here with, I start this time with the preacher curl, go to failure, which I believe was 13 reps. Go over back to the dual cable system and doing a stretch curl. And this is just to lengthen my bicep in a stretch position. And then I'm gonna do failure there, and then I'm gonna sit in the stretch position for a 10 count. And it was excruciating. So for biceps, and it'll only be in 3 rounds, but you're looking at 6 total sets. And then I'll come back on Saturday, I'm doing between 12 and 15 sets of biceps again. So it's gonna be a lot of bicep work for the week on top of the 2 back days that I have. So I have to be really intelligent about how I structure that, so I don't start getting any elbow pain or bicep tendon pain. I don't want that at all. So again, being very smart and intelligent with exercise selection here. So there you have it, guys. Day 1, off season, new split, new goals, new execution that I'm working on here to really bring up my lagging body parts. Because at this point, like, I don't have that many lagging body parts. I just don't. Everything can grow, yes, but if I look at my body as a whole, chest, shoulders, legs, all are good, calves, good. I just need to really bring up and level up my back a whole lot and my arm just a little bit, because in bodybuilding, you can never have too big of arms. So I want bigger arms. That's the goal. That's what we're going to do. So again, nice little change up in the split. Keeps my mind fresh, me craving these weights, and always something to look forward to when I come to the gym. So we'll bang these exercises into the ground until they stop giving us progress, and then we'll switch those out. So if you like this video, guys, like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, Credit, Miss CB.